the forbidden night I had with my brother and his girlfriend. Hello and welcome to Life Sketches. My name is Emily, a 19-year-old brunette with blue eyes and an attractive appearance. Today, I'm going to share a true story of forbidden desires, complex relationships, and crossing boundaries with my brother. At the end of this story, I would love for you to share your thoughts with me. Who do you think is at fault, or is anyone at fault at all? I'm looking for answers because I need clarity. This story not only changed my life, but also left an everlasting impact on everyone around me. Let's begin. I'm not hiding my name because this experience was a turning point in my life. My brother Ryan and I grew up together. Ryan is incredibly handsome, standing at 6 feet tall, with a charm that could sweep any girl off her feet. We lost our parents when we were very young and had to grow up in an orphanage. Ryan was always my biggest supporter and protector. We survived those cold, lonely, and frightening years in the orphanage together. But as time went on, our bond unexpectedly crossed boundaries. After leaving the orphanage, we moved into a small apartment and tried to rebuild our lives from scratch. Financially, things were tough, but having each other made everything a little easier. When Sophia came into Ryan's life, everything changed. Sophia became a part of our lives as Ryan's girlfriend. She was smart, blonde, stunning, and mesmerizing. Her love for Ryan was evident, and that made me happy. Yet, Sophia's presence stirred unexpected emotions within me. Every time I saw her, my heart raced, and I felt an inexplicable attraction toward her. One day, when Ryan was out, Sophia and I were home alone. We had planned to watch a movie. It turned into a pajama party. She brought wine, chocolates, and overly seductive pajamas for us to wear. "Let's wear these tonight," she said. Although it felt strange, I decided to go along. As we sat down, our conversation took a more personal turn. At one point, Sophia held my hand and said, "Emily, talking to you always makes me feel better. It's like I have a unique connection with you that I've never felt with anyone else." Her words caught me off guard. My heart raced, but I managed to smile warmly and say, "That's nice to hear." However, Sophia's closeness didn't make me uncomfortable, it was drawing me in. I knew these feelings weren't normal, but I couldn't suppress them either. Sitting there, our knees touched. Even the smallest touch stirred complex feelings within me. Her alluring, curvaceous body, silky skin, and that red lacy nightgown made Sophia look incredibly seductive. Her charm was overwhelming. While part of me was captivated by her, another part felt guilty. I knew my feelings were wrong. I shouldn't have been attracted to my brother's girlfriend. Shortly after, Ryan came home. Sophia and I were laughing and chatting. He joined us, and we all started drinking together. The alcohol began to take effect, and our conversations became more uninhibited. Sophia said, "I think we need to push the boundaries in our lives sometimes." Those words completely changed the course of the night. Sophia turned to Ryan and said, "Emily is such a beautiful woman. Isn't it special to have her so close to us?" Ryan paused for a moment, then smiled faintly. "Yes, Emily is my everything. We're family," he said. But that night, the concept of family took on a completely different meaning. Sophia leaned toward Ryan and kissed him passionately. I stood there in shock, watching them, but Ryan didn't pull away. Sophia then turned to me, her face wearing a bold smile. "Emily, do you think this is wrong?" she asked. Under the influence of alcohol and the night's strange allure, I completely lost control. Sophia pulled me toward her and kissed me before leading me to Ryan. Suddenly, I found myself between them. Ryan didn't hesitate, kissing me and then Sophia alternately. As I kissed Ryan, Sophia touched me in a way I had never experienced before, and I surrendered entirely to the moment's pleasure. The next morning, everything felt painfully real. Sophia was still beside Ryan. The silence at breakfast was unbearable. I couldn't lift my eyes from my plate. After Ryan left for work and Sophia went home, I spent the entire day replaying the night in my head. I was furious with myself, unsure of how to move forward. Sophia and Ryan's relationship wasn't the same anymore. Sophia confided in me one day, saying, "Ryan is acting so cold toward me. It feels like everything has changed." Ryan said the same thing about Sophia to me. That night had left an indelible mark on all of us. One evening I came home early from work and found Ryan and Sophia in bed again, this time alone. I stood there watching them, hoping they would notice me and invite me to join. When they didn't, I slammed the door and stormed out. That night, I wandered the streets and ended up in a bar, drinking for hours. I spent the night with someone I met there, but it didn't ease my desires or my guilt. I knew I was running from my problems, but running solved nothing. The next morning, I had breakfast with the man I'd met and told him my whole story. He supported me and gave me his number, saying he'd always be there for me. However, I realized I needed to confront the people in my life. Eventually, I had to face Ryan. I asked him, "Does what happened between Sophia and me bother you?" Ryan took a deep breath and said, "Everything has changed, Emily. That night didn't just ruin us, it ruined everything." His words shattered something deep inside me. How had we come to this point? Eventually, Sophia and Ryan parted ways. We all moved on with our lives, but that night left a deep scar in each of us. Looking back, this story remains one of the most complicated and unforgettable moments of my life. Do you think I should feel guilty about this relationship with my brother? Or is there even a guilty party in this story? Please share your thoughts. I'm still struggling to come to terms with it. Thank you for listening to my story. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Take care of yourselves.